clergy, friends of Israel. I'd just like to start off with a small apology because some of you will have been coming here today expecting to hear Marsha Gladstone at some point. Unfortunately, Marsha has had to fly off to Israel to be at the birth of her step-granddaughter. So she won't be here, but I just thought it was worth mentioning a little bit about Marsha because she is the mother of terror victim Yoni Jesna, who made Aliyah and was murdered in a despicable act of terror at the age of 19 years old. And the irony is that Yoni's organs were then used to save the life of a Palestinian youth. And Marsha has used that to inspire her message of peace, and I thought that I should share that with you. Many of you will be aware of the name Sergeant Yanai Weissman. A few weeks ago, he was in his local supermarket shopping with his wife Yael and infant daughter Netta. He saw two Palestinian youths pull out knives and attempt to stab shoppers at random. Yanai intervened and he himself was stabbed fatally. Yanai didn't have his weapon with him. You see, the rule in the army is that if you are on leave for a few days or more, you don't need to carry a weapon, but still he intervened unarmed. And he saved the lives of others at the expense of his own. A few months ago, Northwest Friends of Israel hosted a screening of Beneath the Helmet, the Israeli film about training of new IDF recruits. And we did this to raise funds to buy equipment for the units of some Manchester-born lone soldiers currently on active service, putting their lives on the line to defend our country, to protect us. Lone soldiers, for those of you who don't know, is a term used to describe IDF recruits who have no immediate family in Israel. So what Israel does is make sure that everyone acts as their family. So we bought boots and sweatshirts and Kevlar vests and knee pads and arm pads, stuff that the army doesn't always prioritise. And we received video messages of thanks from the units we helped, and we posted those videos on our Facebook page. So how are these two stories connected? Well, Darren Cohen and Eitan Halon, two of our lone soldiers, happened to serve in the same unit as Sergeant Yanai Weissman, the same unit that had just thanked us for their new boots. Darren, the young kid I used to take to United every week, formed part of the Guard of Honour at Yanai's funeral. You see, we all have stories like this. We are all connected. And we all feel it in our hearts and in our bones when random terrorist acts result in fatalities. We, the Jewish community in the diaspora, our friends from other faiths, we feel it because we are family. And my friends, what do families do for each other? When asked to do a little bit more for a relative who needs our help, do we say, sorry, I already take out your rubbish, so I won't do your shopping as well? We know that everybody in the theatre already does their bit for Israel. It's obvious. You are here, after all, to show that support. But in these troubling times, I'm afraid to say, it is not enough. It is not enough because there are not enough of us. There are more of them. The anti-Semites who are demonising Israel outside. The people who organise Israel Apartheid Week. The people who BDS Israel and nobody else. The people who delegitimise the only democracy in the Middle East. The people who take up knives and stab our fellow Jews at bus stops and in supermarkets. The people who stand in authority and incite their people to commit horrendous acts of terror. There are more of them. So what do we do? Do we give in or do we fight back? My friends, the fight back starts today. I don't care what you already do for Israel. I want each and every one of you to pledge to do one more positive act for Israel in 2016. This is over and above everything you do already. In this way we can redress the balance. You have pledge cards in your bags. You have some suggestions. You have pens. Please, please, please fill out your cards. We are not asking for money. We are asking for something far more precious. We are asking for a bit of yourselves. We want actions. Please take the opportunity to complete your pledge cards. We will be collecting them later. Together we will make a difference. I'd like to finish by quoting Lord Sachs, our previous chief rabbi. He says, "A single life, says the Mishnah, is like a universe. Change a life and you begin to change the universe. This is how we make a difference. One life at a time, one day at a time, one act at a time." We never know in advance what effect a single act may have. Sometimes we never know it at all. We are not inconsequential. We can make a difference to our world. When we do so, we become God's partners in the work of redemption, bringing the world that is a little closer to the world that ought to be. Together, we can change the world. Act for Israel. Act now. Thank you.